Hello, welcome back to part 3 of my functional maths skills check. So all you need is a pen and a bit of paper to have a go. So, first question, sound man. Do you think of any other words for sound? Volume, audio, that's right. Gets paid £9 an hour. He works 4 hours. How much is he paid? Okay, have a go. Answer on the board, 36. But you won't get any points for that. You've got to show method. So I'm going to do 4, which is my hours. And I'm going to multiply it for lots of £9. Brilliant. And I should get the answer, 36. I'm going to add a pound sign there. £36. Right, I'd just like you to do a check on that one. Do you remember how to do a check where you go backwards, reverse? So I've got 36. The opposite of multiply is divide. Divide by 9 equals, should get me back to 4. What's 4? Hours. I'm going to put hours there. I always like finishing off an answer with what the unit of measurement is. Next question. Size. Size is a funny old one. Small, medium and large. What I'd like you to do is pause the video and have a little think about how many different words you can think of for these alternatives, like if you were using a thesaurus. Hope you thought of lots. Size is one of those things that's relative. It depends on your experience. So let's start with small. Small, tiny, miniature, petite, weeny, equal, micro. A little bit informal there. Yeah, and then for medium, I've got average, standard, or middle. Yep. And then I've got large, big, giant, enormous, and supersize. I think she's getting a bit annoyed. Just wanted to show her to you. What would you say that was? Would you say that was a small cat, medium cat, or a big cat? She likes to be called medium. But, go on girl, jump down. There she goes. But what about this? Can you see this? Let me make it a bit smaller. Can you see what that is? It's a lion. And some people call lions big cats. But this little model I've got here is not a big, is it? It's small, but it is a big cat. So you can see what I mean by relative. Okay, next question. Got a few pictures at the bottom of tents. Tents are things that you stay in that are made out of material, which is hopefully waterproof. This picture made me laugh. Reminds me of Glastonbury. Seems to me that whenever I put my tent up, the rain likes to come. Now the band hire. So if you hire something, you use it for a little while and then you usually return it. The band hire one large tent. Okay, but what does large mean? Does it sleep 4 people, 8 people? I've got a tent that sleeps 16 people. That's large. And one small tent for the weekend. And I've got my prices. My prices are shown in a table. We like tables. Organised, easy to understand. How much do they pay in total? So total is everything put together. So I think it's going to be an addition. Have a go. So I've got my £80 for my small tent. You could put a little ST over there just in case you have to go back in the exam and check it. 80 plus. And then how much was my big tent or large tent? £160 equals, so 80 plus 160, £240. Just got off the edge a little bit there. £240. Great. Be very careful. Careful that you get the right numbers. If you've got extra time at the exam, always check that you've used the right data. What I'd like you to do is check this question. And to check it, you go backwards and in reverse. So I'm going to start with 240. Okay, and the next number, 160. And then my last number, 80. Now the easy bit is this equals. That drops down. This bit. So because we're doing it backwards, we need the opposite of this symbol, and that would be of subtraction. So what I'm saying is, if I had 240 and I took 160 out of it, I would get back to 80. 80 what? 80 pounds. I was going to add that in. Okay, next question. Just going to talk about sharing. Sharing, I use my divide button, my splitter, or my sharing button. You can call it what you want. So here I've shared a cake into 4 equal, the same pieces. Got this up here. How would you describe where this box was? I'm going to say it's at the top. And is it on the left or the right of the screen? It's on the right of the screen. I put this picture up because it's about sharing information. Be very careful what information you share. I accidentally forwarded a text at work to my colleagues' group chat. I regretted that because it was not accurate. I always double check everything now. This made me chuckle. This is something I will share. If your phone ever gets damp, put it in a bag of rice. That sucks the water out from the phone. But underneath it or below it, I've got a cooking hack. Hack is a little thing that saves you time. If you put too much water in your rice, if you're cooking it, toss in a few phones in there. That's a funny thing, isn't it? I wouldn't share that, just in case somebody believed it. Right, next question. 2 people hire. Hire means to rent or to use for a period of time and then give it back. A caravan. Caravan is sort of home on wheels. I've stayed in them a few times when I've gone on holiday to the seaside. Very nice little things. Here's an especially small caravan. They hired it for the weekend. What's a weekend? Saturday, Sunday? Yeah, some people say it starts on a Friday, but we don't really need it for this question. It costs £80. They share the cost. I like the way they put that in bold. How much do they each have to pay? Okay, so I've got to get my cost, and then I've got to share it, split it, divide it between 2 people. So I've got my £80. Yep, and then I'm going to use my divide button. Divide by 2 equals 40. 40 what? Yeah, it was money I was working on, so it's still going to be £40. What I'd like you to do is a check for that. So you've got to do it backwards. Have a go. So I've got 40. What's the opposite of divide? Multiply. Well done. 40 multiplied by 2 equals 80. Gets me back to 80. Great little way of checking things. Right, next thing we're doing is cubes and cuboids. Cube is very easy to understand. I've got one in my hand, a lovely pink one. Cubes have 6 faces, and every face is a square, never a rectangle. What I'd like you to do is have a look at my pictures here and decide how many cuboids I have. Okay, on the board I put little ticks with the ones that are cuboids. So your cereal box, Cocoa Pops, yuck, don't like those. Too much sugar in them, not healthy, not good for your teeth as well. So I've got a box of biscuits. The odd biscuit is okay. Up here, that's a cube, because every side is a square. Over here, I've got a lovely green cuboid. What's this? Sugar cube. I guess the clue is in the name with that one. It's a cube. Let's just check it out. That is a square. Correct. And they all look like squares. So definitely a cube. What's this? An ice cube. Yep, okay. I know it looks a little bit rough, the sides of it, but it's still a cube. And here, shipping container. That is a cuboid. Money is measurement. And when you're using measurement, you've got to be very careful to only use one unit of measurement. Can you remember any units of measurement? Kilogram, centimetre, litre, and so on. Oh, let me just do my dollar sign. Like that. Dollar sign, euro. There's loads. They all measure things. What you've got to be very careful about is that you don't mix. Say, for instance, I wrote... Does that look right to you? It can't be right because I've got 2 units of measurement. I think it's most likely this one. But have a think about it. What if I wrote... That means I've only got 1 whole penny. Yeah, 1 whole penny and a part of it. It's actually less than 2p. So be very careful of which unit of measurement you use. So above me, I have a 1p coin. What I'd like you to do is have a little look at my bullet points and decide which one is correct. Okay, right, looking at the video, I've got £1. I think we all know that that's not a pound. This one, next one down, I've got my pound symbol, 0 whole pounds, yep, and then I've got no tens, and that one is brilliant, that's why it's got a tick. And then directly underneath it, I've got 1p, yeah, that's good, 1 penny. What's the problem with this one? Yeah, I've put pounds and pennies. I don't know which one is real, which one is the correct one. Now the one at the bottom, this one always makes me giggle because look at it, it's a tiny, tiny amount. It's not even as much as my penny up here because I haven't got any whole pennies. Okay, so a man buys the following items. I can instantly spot the problem here. They're mixing pennies and pounds, and it never works. It's all got to be one or the other. Man buys the following items, nice semicolon there. So we've got a list. Loaf of bread, that's a loaf of bread for 89p. Packet of cereal at £1.25. Pot of yoghurt at 50p. How much the items cost altogether? Okay, pause the video and have a go. I'm going to save this question for part 4. See you there.